So how is the logical reasoning section of mock 6? Easy, moderate, difficult? Difficult. So it's slightly on a moderate level paper. But two sets were repeated. One set is repeated. From mock 1. Which one? 100, 500 and $1,000. Wala. Okay, you didn't write mock 1. Okay. So anyone from batch 1, 2, 4 or weekend? No. So did anyone attempt mock 1? So Sharath. So do you remember that set?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And there is one more set which was repeated.
Last one.
Test 1, test 2, test 3. Okay, let's. So these are the two sets that were repeated from the previous mock because they might have shuffled the mock. Okay. So this happened for the first time. So for batches 3, 5 and 6. Okay. So you are writing all the sets were new. Kada. How many of you attempted this? Why? Lengthier. Okay. Or how many of you did not attempt this? One. Any raleda? Correct kaadu. Okay. So how many of you did not attempt this? The easy, moderate, difficult, easy. Okay. So 4 questions from this set and 12 marks. Simple arrangement kada. Okay. Now this one you attempted. So how many of you did not attempt this? Why? You attempted, tried, and how many were correct? One correct. Huh? Okay. Attempted and all correct. Set 1. Perfect. No. Now is this difficult? I don't think. This is again a doable set. And this was one among those 2 sets which were repeated from the previous mocks. But earlier there were only 4 questions from this set. Now they have given 6 questions. Okay. This one. Attempted. Attempted. All correct. Okay. Attempted. So this is again from arrangements, ordering and sequence. Isn't it? Is an easy set, but you need to understand. Endukani? You have some professors coming to the university, starting a lecture and then leaving the college, leaving the institute. Okay, you should be very careful while reading these statements, but if you understand this set, this is again a doable set. Okay. This one, how many of you solved this? You attempted. You tried. Okay. Students online. How many of you tried this? Solve first question. Okay. So you have gone through all the 4 sets, kada? Is none? But you have sorry. The first question can be, it's similar to quant-based reasoning only. Okay. So quant-based reasoning or numeric logic can also be considered under data interpretation. Like what you have got in the previous sets, direct questions from data interpretation were not asked in this mock. This is similar to CAT 21. Okay. 4 sets or 2 sets of 4 questions each and 2 sets of 6 questions each. Okay. Now I consider these to be the difficult set among all the four. Time taking. Okay. Now, if I have to rate these sets as per the difficulty level, it would be 1 or 3. Depends upon your understanding of the set. Then second, then fourth. That should be the order. So I can say that 8 questions are doable. Okay. Okay. Easy to moderate. So you should be in a position to score 12 marks from this set. Okay. So if you are good at numeric logic, then 6. Otherwise, 12 marks from this set. So 24. 24 marks. I think 24 is a decent score to cross your sectional percentile. Okay. So 24 marks will get you more than 90 percentile for sure. ఎంత వచ్చాయి చక్ర సార్ అంటే ఎన్ని మార్క్స్ వచ్చాయి 24 కు more than 90 percentile will be your percentile for sure. So you can expect, and this is similar to CAT 21 paper. Okay. Now if you are struggling to get 24 marks, then guys please understand, ఇంకా time 3 months only, 3.5 months. You have to push your preparation. Okay. Now coming to you people, why did you leave this set? Simple arrangements kada nana. But still, all the data that's required to solve this question is in front of you only. Okay. So do you guys need some time to solve this set, or shall we discuss this? Discuss. Okay, because this is the easiest set, and I assume that majority of the students would have solved this for sure. Okay. So we have 7 employees, A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. They live on different floors of a 7-story building, not necessarily in the same order. Ground floor of the building is named as 1, 2, and so on. Each person likes a different fruit among mango, lychee, banana, kiwi, grapes, apple, and watermelon. They went to market to buy fruits of their choice, and each one purchased fruit of different weight ranging from 2 to 8. And the weights of the fruits would be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. But not in the fraction of a kilogram. Now, weight of the fruit purchased by Ekta and Dev together is same as the weight of the fruit purchased by Chandani and Gaurav together. Okay. So we have 4, 5, 6, 7. And I assume that you have gone through all these statements. With which statement should I consider first? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Or Anamika, person who likes kiwi, lives on floor numbered 4. We have a definite position for the person who likes kiwi. Okay. Okay. Then search for the statements where there is a mention of kiwi. We are done with this. Anamika lives on an odd numbered floor below the floor of the one who likes kiwi. So on what floors can either 3 or 1, but Anamika does not live on the lowermost floor. So now you have the position of A, Anamika. Okay. Then which statement? Okay, but only 2 people live between floors of Anamika and the one who likes watermelon. Now you have Anamika in the picture. So if Anamika is here, the person who likes watermelon will be here. Is Nana? Okay. Then Mm, okay. Okay. Now I'm searching for statements where we can use to determine the arrangement. Gaurav lives on an even numbered floor, but neither immediately above nor immediately below the floor of Anamika. So Gaurav should live on either second, fourth, or sixth. Now he cannot stay in either second or fourth. Clear? Now with this, I can say that we have considered the statements with respect to arrangements. Now weight of fruits purchased by Ekta and Dev. So E plus D is equal to okay, and I'm coming from this order. Okay, E plus D is equal to G plus C, and you know that. Okay, we do not know. Okay, fine. Now only one person lives between floors of B and Farhan. Okay, Farhan lives on an even numbered floor, so it can be either 2 and 4. So you'll have B and F in any of these two places. Okay, then one who likes grapes lives on a floor which is immediately above the floor of the one who which likes apple. Who likes apple? No, Farhan does not live on a floor which is immediately next to the floor of the one who likes mango. No. Weight of mango is pair of weight of fruit which Anamika purchased. So the fruit that Anamika guys, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Video visible. Quick responses.
No, sir.
Guys, is
No,
this
sir.
okay? Now it's visible. So the weight of mango is 4 kgs. Now weight of watermelon brought is double the weights of kiwi. Weight of watermelon bought is double the weight of kiwi. kiwi is 3 kgs. Now, among these 7, you need to have a number y and also 2y. What are the possible values of y? If y is 2, 2y will be 4. Or if y is 3, 2y will be 6. And if y is 4, 2y will be 8. These are the 3 possibilities. Now, can we have either y or 2y as 4? No, because the weight of mango is already okay. So the only possible value of y is 3. So the weight of kiwi is 3 kgs and watermelon is 6 kgs. Done. Now Farhan does not like grapes. We'll come to this later. The weight of apple and grapes together is 10 kgs. Okay. Now, is Nana? 8 and 2 kada? Apple, the weights of apple and grapes together is 10 kgs. Is equal to 10 kgs. Now, what are the possible values which will add up to 10? 2, 8, 3, 7, 4, 6. Okay. Now, can any of these two be 4? Avacha? Because the weight of mango is already 4. Okay. Can any of these two weigh 6 kgs? No. The weight of watermelon is 6 kgs. Now, the only possible values of the weights of apple and grapes are 2 and 8. Now, we do not know which is 2 and which is 8. Okay. Weights of apple and grapes 2, 8. Done. One who likes mango lives above the floor of beam, but not on the topmost floor. Now, where can we have the person liking mango? Okay. It cannot be 1. Can it be 2? No. Why? Beam will stay either here or here. Okay. So if B is here, then the person who likes mango should be here. Because B will be, if B is here, Farhan will be here. And if Farhan is here, B will be here. So these two places are preoccupied. So we are left with only place number 5 and 7. And we are given the one who likes mango lives above the floor of beam, but not on the topmost floor. So you cannot have the person liking mango here. So where should he be? 5. Okay. Now we have the person liking mango staying on 5th floor. Now, Farhan does not live on a floor which is immediately next to the floor of the one who likes mango. So if we have person liking mango living on 5th floor, we cannot have Farhan staying on 4th floor. Okay. So Farhan is staying on 2nd floor and B is staying on 4th floor. And the weight of mango is 4 kgs. So we have considered this. We have considered this. One who likes mango, we have considered this. Last but one. There is only one floor between the floors of Dave and the one who likes lychee. Okay. Age no? Huh. So instead of doing it this way, there is only one floor between the floors of Dave and the one who likes lychee. And you are placing D here. If we place D here, for example, if you have D here, then where should we have the person liking lychee? 3rd floor, possible? No, because Anamika either likes apples or grapes. You cannot have Anamika liking lychee. So this is not possible. Now can we have D here? Now if D is here, then the person liking lychee can be on 7th floor. Okay, so this is possible. Now can we have D here? No. So if D is here, the person who likes lychee should be here. So D cannot be here, D cannot be here. So if D is here, you cannot have Anamika liking lychee. So this person who is staying on 7th floor likes lychee. Okay, and we have who are left? E and C, kada? E and C. Okay, we have considered this. Weight of bananas purchased is less than that of weight of watermelon. Okay, now we have 2, 3, 4, 6. Okay, we have 2, 3, 4, 6. 8 avadu kada? Weight of bananas purchased is less than that of weight of watermelon. Watermelon's weight is 6 kgs. So the weight of banana should be 5 kgs. Okay. Now we have to see what are the statements that we have missed. E plus D is equal to G plus C. So this is 6 kgs. Is none? D is 4 kgs. Now, what can be the possible values of E and C? Huh? 5 and 7. Because it cannot be 3, 4, sorry, cannot be 2, 3, 4, 6. So this should be either 5, 7 or 8. So this should be 5 and this should be 7. Clear? Okay. Then what do we have? Okay, C buys bananas, which is 5 kgs, but 7, 4, 6, 5. So can we find the weight of the fruits that was bought by F? 8 kgs. You have all the remaining numbers. So this is E and this is C. Okay, so this should be 8 kgs. Okay. Is none? How do you know that's 5 kgs? Huh. So this is banana, 5 kgs. This is the only fruit left, and C likes banana. Okay. Then we are left with E here. Okay. So 7 kgs. Huh? Okay. Now apples and grapes. We have filled everything except these two. Now we have to search for the statements where there is a mention of apple and grapes. One who likes grapes lives on the floor, which is immediately above the floor of the one who likes apple. So this is apple and this is grape. And this completes the set. No doubt you are given with a lot of information, but this is definitely a doable question. So all you need to identify is the values of x and y. So you need to have x here, also x square here. So the only possible value of x is 2. You need to have y and 2y. So y cannot be 2, y cannot be 4. The only possible value of y is 3. In addition to that, there is not much difficulty in this question. Clear? So in how much time can we solve this? 12 minutes? 12 minutes, 12 to 15 minutes. So 12 marks I can expect 12 marks from everyone. So do we have anyone who got less than 12 marks? Need not raise your hand, but please identify where are you going wrong. Clear? So how you did not solve this? This was discussed in mock 1 but okay. So we'll try this question later if time permits. But before that, I want you guys to try this question. How many of you did not solve this question? You tried. Okay. Now you can answer two questions, ma, for sure. These two. These are direct and easy questions. So take some time. You have 4 questions. I'll give you 6 minutes. Try solving this. We'll discuss this after 6 minutes. D, D. Okay. Second one can't be D. Can't be Josh. Okay. Okay. D and D. So students online, any answers? See, first two questions are doable questions now. So here in this question, we have 6 professors: Jason, Martin, Merlin, Josh, Melissa, and Ted. They went to a university to deliver 6 different lectures on a particular day. Each professor reached the university at a different time and delivered the lecture, which started at a different time. And we are given with the information about the order in which they reached the university and the order in which they started the lectures. Andega? Okay. So you have persons reaching a university, starting a lecture, and after completion of the lecture, they have left. Clear? Now, then the professor who reached first, or when Josh reached, at least 2 of the 6 professors were at the university. But when Josh delivered his lecture, none of the other 5 were present at the university. And వాళ్ళు వెళ్ళిపోయి ఉంటారు కదా యూనివర్సిటీ నుంచి. But when Josh reached, at least 2 of the 6 professors were at the university. So Josh was not the first person to reach the university. Josh was third అనుకుందాం. Okay. Sorry, వాళ్ళందరూ యూనివర్సిటీలో ఉండుంటే, then when Josh started the lecture, everyone should be there కదా. Okay. Or Ted was the third to reach and first to start the lecture. Then by the time Martin reached, Melissa had started delivering the lecture and Jason was at the university. Why not Ted at the university? Lead. If they have staying back, then when Josh finished his lecture, then you need to have all the 6 faculties at the university. 6 professors at the university. Clear? లేరంటే వెళ్ళిపోయినట్టే కదా. Now, by the time Martin reached the university, Melissa had started delivering the lecture and Jason was at the university. Okay, so what can you info? Both Melissa and Jason reached before Martin. And I can also say that Melissa started her lecture before Jason.
So how can we say that, sir?
Because if Jason has delivered the lecture before Melissa, then when Martin reached the university, then how can you have Melissa delivering the lecture and Jason being there?
So after the lecture is done, they leave.
Jason, 1 minute, Aditya, 1 minute. Yes, ma. What's your doubt?
Sir, is it like after the lecture is done, they'll immediately leave?
They will
That's it.
immediately leave. Otherwise, if
Okay.
when Josh delivered his lecture, then all the 6 professors should be at the university. Or when Melissa reached, then Ted should also be at the university. Then why don't we have Ted? Because Ted has delivered his lecture and he has left. Aditya. No, when one finishes his lecture, he immediately leaves. Okay. Now, Merlin was not the last professor to reach, but he reached after Jason. So Jason reached before Melissa. Then sorry, Merlin was not the last person to reach, but reached after Jason had started delivering the lecture. Okay, so Jason started delivering the lecture before Melissa. Okay, now when Joe at the university, but when Josh delivered his lecture, none of the other 5 were present at the university. Okay, let's see. Now Ted was the third professor to reach. Now this is the order of reaching and starting a lecture. Ted was the is none. Sorry, it's not Melissa. Sorry, Merlin. My bad. It should be Merlin. It was the third to reach the university, but first. Okay. Now, can I say Ted reached after Melissa and Jason and delivered his lecture before Melissa and Jason? Okay. So now you have two possibilities. Melissa can be the first person or Jason can be the first person to reach the university. Clear? Doubt and chapter. How do we know that these two persons reach before Ted? Huh. Now, ఎవరు Merlin reach అయినప్పుడు Jason ఒక్కడే ఉన్నాడు. Melissa, you do not know. Merlin was not the last professor to reach, but he reached after Martin. By the time Martin reached the university, Melissa had started delivering the lecture. Okay, and Melissa started delivering the lecture after Ted kada. Ted was the first person to deliver. Okay, now when Martin reached, do we have Ted in the university? No, Ted left. Okay, so Martin reached university after Ted. So Melissa and Jason would have reached before Ted. So the first person to reach can be either Melissa or Jason. You do not know that. So in one case, this can be Melissa, and other case, Jason. This is Ted, the third person to reach university and the first person to start the lecture. Okay. Now if this is Melissa, Jason, and this will be Melissa. Which possibility? One. Why? Huh? Why? Is it mentioned? Each professor reached the university at a different time. And no two persons reached the university at the same time, and the lecture was started at a different time, and they have also started their lectures at a different time. Okay. No, that's not the correct interpretation. So no two persons reached the university at the same time, and no two persons started the lecture at the same time. Okay, these 6 lecturers reached, 6 professors reached university at 6 different times. You do not have 2 persons reaching the university at the same time, and also you do not have 2 professors starting the lecture at the same time. Clear? Okay.
Sir, is this possible that a person who reached at same time delivering at the same time?
Possible kada? Is it mentioned that delivering at the same time? No.
Same person, sir. He
And
reached
the
at
order
the
can
same.
be same. For example, if you have Jason reaching the university, if Jason is the second person to reach the university, he can be the second person to start a lecture. Okay, so kontamandi reach avagane they can start their lectures. Is
Okay,
that
sir.
clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now what do we have? The professor who reached first was not the third professor, third to start the lecture, and the professor who was fourth to start was not the fourth person to reach. So this person cannot be here, and this person cannot be here. And then the person who reached first cannot be the third person to start the lecture, and this person cannot be here. Okay. Now between Martin and Merlin, who reached first, Martin or Merlin? How can you say that? Because when Martin reached, Melissa was delivering the lecture, and when Merlin reached, Jason was delivering the lecture, and when Martin reached, Jason was at the university, so he did not start his lecture. So I can say that Martin reached before Merlin, and Merlin is not the last person to reach. Now we have three places. Okay, where do we have that? And how do you know that Martin finished his lecture before Merlin? And okay, so Merlin was not the last professor to reach, but he reached after Jason had started delivering the lecture. Now how do you know who started his lecture first with and considering this statement? No idea. Now did I assume anything till here? And order? Nothing. So I know that Martin reached before Merlin. Merlin cannot be the last person to reach, so Merlin should be fifth, and Martin should be fourth, and we are left with Josh. Same here. Martin, Merlin, Josh. Now we have the order in which they have reached the university. Now coming to the lectures part. Okay. Now can we have Jason starting his lecture? Can we have Jason being the second person to start his lecture? No. Why? Melissa has delivered her lecture before Jason. Clear? Now, so Jason cannot be here. So who should be here? Melissa. And Melissa started her lecture before Martin, Merlin, and Josh. So this should be Melissa. Now, when did Martin reach? While Melissa was delivering the lecture. Okay. So and at that time, Jason was at the university. Now, did Jason start the lecture before Melissa? No. When Martin entered, Jason was at the university and Melissa was delivering the lecture. So between Jason and Melissa, who started delivering the lecture first? Melissa. Clear? Huh. $52? Why not third? Or why not fourth? So you are assuming that Jason is delivering his lecture fifth. But why not third? Okay. Now I know that Melissa has delivered her lecture before Jason. And while Melissa was delivering the lecture, you have Martin coming to the university. Okay. Then Martin cannot be here. Martin can be either here or here or here. Now,
So it's given that Josh,
Good
while
one.
Josh delivering,
is none. Martin, how can Martin deliver the lecture? Doubt and chapter. Jason was waiting. But fourth వచ్చిన వాళ్ళు fourth తర్వాత ఇవ్వాలని ఏమైనా రూల్ ఉందా? So how come you have Ted reaching third and delivering first? Okay. What's your doubt? Some student was asking online.
Sir, here they already gave the clue that while
Josh
was
Josh was the
delivering,
sixth
no
person
one
to
was there.
start the lecture. When Josh started his lecture, there was no person at the university. Okay. So Josh was the sixth person to start his lecture. Reached sixth, started sixth. Need out clear. Okay. Then between Martin, Merlin, and Jason. Okay. So Martin cannot be here. Okay. Martin can be either here or here. And then yes or no? Martin cannot be here because the person who reached fourth was not the fourth person to start. Okay. So Martin can be either here or here. Chipnana. Okay. Now, Merlin was not the last professor to reach, but he reached after Jason had started delivering the lecture. Okay. Now we have Jason. So Melissa cannot be third. Okay. So Martin reached while Melissa was delivering the lecture. Now Merlin reached while Martin was delivering the lecture. Okay. Now,
Jason, sir.
sorry. Merlin reached while Jason was delivering the lecture. Okay. Now Jason cannot be here. The person who reached first cannot be third person to start. So Jason can be either fourth or fifth. Clear? But Merlin reached while Jason was delivering the lecture. Okay. Now Martin cannot be here. Martin cannot, and these two persons cannot be same. So, and when Merlin reached after Jason had started delivering the lecture, okay. Merlin reached, then 1 minute. Between Martin and Merlin. Martin reached before Merlin. Okay. Merlin was not the last professor to reach, but reached after Jason had started delivering the lecture. Third, okay. Melissa had started delivering the lecture, and Jason was at the university. Between these two, who started delivering first? Martin, because when Merlin reached the university, Martin was not at the university. Martin.
So how can we say that Martin wasn't there?
Merlin was not the last professor to reach, but he reached after Jason had started delivering the lecture. So Martin was not there, or okay. So let me assume this also. Jason. So Jason, Merlin, Martin, or and if this is Martin, 1 minute. This is Jason, and this should be Martin, and then
So Jason cannot be in third place, right?
is none. Jason cannot be at third place. Okay, sorry, my bad. Then, so Jason is the first person here. My bad. Just give me 1 minute then. Okay. So this person can be either Martin or Merlin. Okay. This person should be Jason. Now, can this person be Merlin? Why? Because Merlin reached while Jason was delivering the lecture. So this person cannot be Merlin. So this person should be Martin, and this person should be Merlin. Clear? Now, is this possible? So who is the first person to reach? Jason. Okay, let me fill this as well. Okay. Now Martin cannot be here. Martin can be either here or here. Okay. Now let me consider Martin here. And Jason here. And Merlin here. Because Merlin reached the university while Jason was delivering the lecture. Okay. So you cannot have, if you do not have Martin here, you cannot have Jason here. Then you need to have Merlin here and Jason here and Martin here. Is this possible?
No, sir.
Why can't we have this one? Because, okay, Jason is not the first person to reach. So this is not possible. 1 minute. Okay. First, answer this. Jason, Martin. Possible? Why? Because Merlin reached while Jason was delivering the lecture. Now you cannot have Merlin delivering the lecture before Jason. Okay. Now another possibility, if you have Jason here. Now if you have Jason here, you cannot have Martin here. So this should be Josh. So Martin, Merlin. Okay. Now who is the first person to reach? Either Melissa or Jason. Now can we eliminate any of these cases? Any one of these cases? But me Jason, sorry, Melissa nela answer chesar. How did you answer this question as Melissa? Why not Jason? ఒక స్టేట్మెంట్ మనం కన్సిడర్ చేయలేదు. What is that? When Josh reached, at least 2 of the 6 professors were at the university. Now let us consider this. Now Merlin, when Merlin reached, Jason was delivering the lecture. Now do we have anyone at the university? Jason reached, Melissa reached, Ted reached, Ted delivered the lecture, Ted left, Melissa delivered the lecture, Melissa left, Martin delivered the lecture, Martin left. Now while Jason delivering the lecture, you have Merlin. Okay, so when Josh reached the university, you only have Merlin at the university. You do not have 2 persons at the university. Because వీళ్ళందరూ వెళ్ళిపోయారు. Melissa lecture అయిపోయింది, she has left. Ted అయిపోయింది, he has left. Martin అయిపోయింది, he has left. When Jason was delivering the lecture, Merlin arrived. Now if Josh arrived after Merlin, how many professors were at the university? Only 1. But we are given that when Josh reached, at least 2 of the 6 professors were at the university. So this can be eliminated. Okay. Now I can say that Merlin was first to reach the university. Jason reached second. Ted reached third. Ted delivered his lecture. Ted left. Melissa started her lecture. Then Martin reached the university. Okay. Now Melissa left. Then Martin or Jason. Okay. 1 minute. It can be either Martin or Jason started delivering the lecture. Before Merlin, no? Now 1 minute. But when Josh reached kada, then you need to have 2 persons. Jason will be delivering the lecture. He was not at the university. At the university were delivering the lecture. So when Josh reached, there were 2 persons at the university and 2 persons who have not started delivering the lecture. Okay. Now ఇది తీసుకుంటే Martin left. Now Merlin came and you have Jason delivering the lecture. Now, when Josh reached the university, how many students are at university? Only one. ఎందుకంటే మార్టిన్ వెళ్ళిపోయాడు. So this is not possible. Now, if I consider this, now Jason started the lecture, Merlin has come, and then Josh has come. Now, when Josh has reached the university, you have both Martin and Merlin at the university. అర్థం కాలే. Two people should be at the university అన్నాడు. Now, if I consider this case, Martin lecture అయిపోయింది, Martin వెళ్ళిపోయాడు. Now, Jason was delivering the lecture, and you have Merlin reaching the university. So, when Josh reached the university, you only have Merlin at the university, but we need to have at least 2 persons. So, ఈ కేసు తీసుకుంటే మీకు 2 persons ఉంటారు. Okay. Now, if I consider this case, Jason was delivering the lecture, Merlin reached the university. And when Josh reached the university, you have both Martin and Merlin at the university. Okay, so now I can say that Jason was the 3rd person to start the lecture, Merlin 4th, Martin 5th, and Josh 6th. That should be the order. మీరు ఇదంతా చేయకుండా మీరు ఆన్సర్ మార్క్ చేశారంటే it can be okay. This was Melissa, but there is one more question. Second professor to start the lecture. Okay, first. Then who among the following was the last professor to reach Josh? అదే అంటున్నాను. ఈ రెండు మీరు ఆన్సర్ చేయొచ్చు. But for these 2 questions, you need to do this much. Did I assume anything? ఒకటే assume ఏం చేసుకున్నానంటే when a person finishes his lecture, he will leave. అది ఎట్లా? When Josh completed his lecture, no one is at the university. అంతే కదా, no one were at the university. So after completing the lecture, they have left. అంతే. Now, any doubts? Quick responses. Okay. So అంటే నేను ఎక్స్ప్లెనేషన్ చూశాను, అంటే నార్మల్ గా చూశాను, బట్ నాకు అది నచ్చలేదు. దట్స్ ద రీజన్ ఐ వాంటెడ్ టు డిస్కస్ దిస్ క్వశ్చన్ ఇన్ టుడేస్ క్లాస్. క్లియర్? ఒక్కసారి మళ్ళీ ఇంకొకసారి వెళ్ళి ట్రై చేయండి. సో కన్సిడర్ దిస్, ద పర్సన్ రీచెస్ ద యూనివర్సిటీ, స్టార్ట్స్ డెలివరింగ్ ద లెక్చర్. నౌ డెలివరింగ్ ద లెక్చర్ అండ్ at the university both are not. At the university అంటే వాళ్ళు ఉన్నారు. Now, if you have one person delivering the lecture and one person at the university, you cannot consider 2 persons are at the university. Only one person is at the university and the other one was delivering a lecture. Clear? ఇంకొకసారి ట్రై చేయండి. In case of any doubts, you can reach out to me. This one. Okay. So just go through the question. I'll give you 4 minutes. Go through the question once. We'll discuss this after 3 minutes.
Sir, PPT change.
Batches 3 and 5. You have class from 6:30 to 8. తెలుసు కదా?
Sir, PPT change.
Okay, 1 minute now. Sorry, 3 minutes from now. So the other question, that 100, 500 and 1000, that will be there in mock 1 recording. Anything that you can play with numbers comes under numeric logic. Done. Question chadivera. Okay. So I don't expect you guys to solve, but I expect you guys to understand this question. So we have 5 friends: Ramesh, Suresh, Ganesh, Mukesh, and Naresh. They took 3 different tests, such that in each of these tests, the marks given to 5 friends were among 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. No 2 friends were given same marks in the same test, and we are given with the data with respect to test 2 and test 3. Test 1 వాళ్ళు మర్చిపోలేదు, కావాలని ఇవ్వలేదు. Okay. Now, the marks secured by Ramesh were lower than those received by Suresh, and both of them had non prime number marks, which also didn't have an odd prime factor. So what are the marks? 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. Now, what were the marks received by Ramesh and Suresh? 4 and 8. So the marks received by Ramesh and Suresh were not prime numbers, non-prime, so cannot be 2, and they also did not have an odd prime factor. So can their marks be 6 and 10? No. Ikkada odd prime factor and 3, ikkada 5. So their marks were not 2, 6, and 10. Okay. And marks secured by Ramesh were lower than those received by Suresh. So now I can say that Ramesh got 4 marks in test 2 and Suresh got 8 marks in test 2. Clear? Now, what do we have? Mukesh had lower marks than both Ganesh and Naresh. So the remaining marks are 2, 6, and 10. So Mukesh got lower marks than Ganesh and Naresh. So what were the marks got by Mukesh? 2. Okay. The difference between the marks of Mukesh and Naresh is equal to that of difference between Ganesh and Naresh. So difference between these two is equal to difference between these two. What was the mark secured by Naresh? 6, and this was 10. Now we have the marks scored by these 5 persons or 5 students in test 2. ఇక్కడ వరకు సాల్వ్ చేయొచ్చు కదా, ఈజీ. Students online, any doubts still here? Quick responses. Okay, so we are done with this. We are done with this. Now for 2 pairs of friends, the absolute difference between the marks in test 1 and test 2 was same. So 2 pairs ante, now for example these two ante test 1 lo వీళ్ళకి x or a b c d e అనుకుంటే, for a pair of friends a minus 4 or modulus of a minus 4 is equal to modulus of b minus 8. So ఈ రెండిటి మధ్యన డిఫరెన్స్ ఏదైతే ఉందో that was same for 1 pair. అంటే 2 friends have same difference between the marks got by them in test 1 and test 2, and one more pair. అలాగే some other 2 students. Now I can say that c minus 10 is equal to d minus 2. అంటే వీళ్ళిద్దరు కూడా డిఫరెన్స్ సేమ్. We do not know who they are, but you have one pair of students having a same difference between the marks of test 1 and test 2, and another pair having the difference of the marks same between test 1 and test 2. Okay, so ఒక pair x అనుకుంటే ఇంకో pair y అనుకుందాం. So the difference between 2 students and the difference between marks received by them in test 2 and test 1 is x for how many? 2 students, and y for 2 students. And only one friend had the same marks in test 1 and test 2, and the difference between their marks 0. So iddar students ki difference between their marks in test 1 and test 2 x and x. For another pair of students y and y, and for the last remaining student the difference is 0. And we are given that the sum of the absolute differences, and it can be either 4 minus a or a minus 4, modulus of that. The sum of the absolute difference between marks in test 1 and test 2 for all 5 friends was 16. And x plus y plus x plus y plus 0 is equal to 16. Now we have, and absolute and cannot be 0. And for example, Ramesh ki 4 marks 6 marks వచ్చాయనుకో, difference anta 2. Okay, 4 marks and 2 marks వచ్చిన difference is 2. Absolute and it cannot be negative. Okay, so we have 2 into x plus y is equal to 16, x plus y is equal to 8. And then so we have x plus y is equal to 8. So marks received by them are 2, 4, 6, 8, and 9. Now what can be the possible values of x and y? Can it be 1, 1, 7? No, because you cannot have difference between 2 even numbers as odd. So possible values are 2, 6, then 4, 4, 6, 2. Now we cannot have this. Kada. So idaithe మొత్తం 4 members ki ఒకటే అయిపోతుంది. So you cannot have this. So the possible values of x and y are 2 and 6. So no, you have 2 students whose absolute difference between the marks in test 1 and test 2 as 2. You have 2 students whose absolute difference is 6, and you have 1 student who got same marks in both test 1 and test 2. And then okay, now here ఒక అబ్బాయికి అంటే 0 వచ్చాయి కదా. సో one student has received same marks in both test 1 and test 2. Now let me assume that person to be Ramesh. Okay, 4, 8, 10, 2, 6. Okay, so before that, students online, any doubts? Quick responses. Any doubts still here? Ma others? Okay, ఇది చెరిపేసేయచ్చు కదా. 2, 2, 6, 6, 0. Okay, and one person received same marks in both test 1 and test 2. We do not know who that person is. Let me consider that person as Ramesh. So he has received 4 marks in both test 1 and test 2. ఇంకేం చేయాలి? ఈ నలుగురులో you need to have 2 persons such that the absolute difference between these two is 2, and you need to have 2 more students with the absolute difference as 6. Now దేని మీద కాన్సంట్రేట్ చేద్దాం? Okay, first 6 అవ్వాలంటే 2, 8, 8, 2 or 10, 4. How can you have absolute difference as 6? 10 minus 4, 8 minus 2. ఈ రెండే ఉన్నాయి. These are the only 2 possible what pairs. So you have 8, 2 because 4 was already used. Okay, so one possibility 8 and 2, 2 and 8. Now you have 2 6s. Now we need to have 2 2s. And what are the marks left? 6 and 10. Now if I keep 10 here, the difference will be 0. If I keep 6 here, the difference is 4. Now do we have 2 2s? No. So I can say that the person who got same marks is not Ramesh. Clear? Ramesh ki test 1 and test 2 lo same marks రాలేదు. Because వచ్చుంటే you have 0, you have 2 6s, but you do not have 2 2s. Okay. Now 4, 8, 10, 2, 6. So let me consider that person to be Suresh. 8. Now we need to have 2 6s. How can that be? Now we have 2 6s. ఇంకేమైనా possible ఉందో? Because 8 is already used. Sorry, 10 4, my bad. Now we have 4, 8 and 10. So what are the remaining numbers? 2 and 6. Now if we have 2 here, then 0. Already ఇక్కడ 0 అయిపోయింది కదా. Now you cannot have 2 here. Now if I put 6 and 2, the differences are 4 and 4, which should not be. Now I can say that the person who received same marks cannot be Suresh as well. Now let me consider Ganesh. ఇంకేముండాలి? 2 6s. Now how can we have 2 6s? 2, 8. So the difference is 0, the difference is 6, the difference is 6. Now what are the 2 numbers left? 4 and 6. Now can we arrange 4 and 6 in these 2 cells such that we can get 2 and 2? Yes. 6 here, 4 here. So the absolute difference is 2, the absolute difference is 2. So we have one possibility where if Ganesh is the person who got same marks in both the tests. Okay, you have pair of students getting same absolute difference between test 1 and test 2. ఇక్కడ ఎవరు? Ramesh and Naresh. One pair. And who is the second pair? Suresh and Mukesh. And their scores are 6, 2, 10, 8 and 4. This is one possibility. Okay. Now the person who scored same marks can also be Mukesh. So 2 use అయిపోయింది. Okay. Now Now, how can we have two sixes? 10 here, 4 here. The difference is 0. The difference is 6. The difference is 6. Now, what are the numbers we are left with? 6 and 8. Now, if I have 6 here, the difference is 2. And if I have 8 here, the difference is 2. Now, also you have 0, 1 0, 2 sixes, and 2 twos. So, if the person who got same marks in both test 1 and test 2 is Mukesh, we have one possibility. And the scores would be 10, 6, 4, 2, and 8. Now if I assume the person who got same marks in both the tests as Naresh, ఇక్కడ ఎక్కువ possibilities ఉంటాయి ఎందుకని 10 is free and 8 is also free. Now we need to have two sixes. How can that be? 4 10, 10 4, or 8 2, 2 8, or 10 and 4 8, and 2 4. Difference is 6, difference is 6. Okay, now difference is 6, difference is 6, difference is difference is 6, difference is 6, difference is 6, difference is 6. Then we have difference 6, difference 6. 8 minus 2 6, 10 minus 4 6. Now you have how many possibilities? 6 possibilities. Now we have to see whether we can arrange two twos or not. Now 10 4 and 6, what are the remaining two numbers? 2 and 8. అది either ఇక్కడ రావాలి ఇక్కడ రావాలి. Possible? Can we have two twos? Then this is not valid. Now, okay, అన్నిట్లో 6 కామన్ కదా. 1 minute. 10 8, then 2 4 4. Okay, this is not possible. So 2 8 and 6. So the remaining numbers are 4 and 10. Now we need to have two twos. Okay, now ఇది కదా. Okay, we have 4 and 10 అంటే కొన్ని చెరిపేస్తాం. 2 8 6. Okay, 2 8 6. Now the remaining numbers are 4 and 10. Not possible. Now if you have 10 here, you will have 6. If you have 4 here, you have 0. So this is also not possible. Now 10 2 6. Now what are the remaining numbers? 8 and 4. Possible? 10 minus 8 is 2 and 4 minus 2 is 2. Okay, so when Naresh, if I consider Naresh to be the person who scored equal marks in both the exams, then 10 2 8 4 6 is one possibility where you have the difference between these two. Okay, for a pair of friends is 2, for the other pair is 6, and you have one person who got same marks in both test 1 and test 2. అయిపోయింది. Okay, now 10 and 8 and 6. Now what are the numbers? 4 and 2. Not possible. Now 2 4 6. Numbers 6 and 8. Sorry, 8 and 10. Again not possible. Then 4 8 6. Numbers 2 and 10. Possible? Possible. When you have 2 here and 10 here. So the difference between these two is 2 2 6 6 0. Okay. 2, 10, 4, 8, and 6. And similarly, you are given with conditions for test 2 and test 3. So you have to solve this as well. Then you're asked questions based on that. Now, what can be the maximum sum of marks scored by Ganesh in all the tests, all the 3 tests together? So in the first test, Ganesh scored 10 marks. Now in the first test, sorry, Ganesh kada? Ramesh anada? Ganesh, 10 marks. Now in test 1, what can be the possible maximum possible marks got by Ganesh? 10 plus. Third test lo kuda you will get possibilities. You need to pick the maximum out of the possibilities. And this completes the set. So if I have to leave one question for sure, that would be this question. Set 4. Set 3 is a tricky one. Okay. First 2 questions are easy. Andulo etuvanti cases undavu. So for to answer 3 and 4 questions, the third and fourth questions in that set, you need to solve the complete set. Whereas first question and second question are doable sets. So just go back home, try these questions. If you want to watch the recording of set 2, then I have already solved that in mock 1. Okay. So thank you. Now you have one more class.
Sir, I have small doubts, sir.
Yes, tell me more.
Sir, if Ganesh gets same marks in test 1 as test 2, then there would be another case also, no, sir? 8, 4, 10, 6, 2.
ఏది నన్ను ఒకసారి చెప్పు.
8, 4, 10, 6, 2.
8,
4,
4,
10, 6,
10,
2.
6, 2. 4, 4, 0, 4, 4. Now can we have these 4 members having same marks? And the same difference. Now for 2 pairs, the absolute difference between the marks in test 2 and test 1 and test 2 was same. And one pair has same difference in test 1 and test 2, and the second pair has same difference in test 1 and test 2. You cannot have both the pairs having same difference. Did you get it?
Okay, sir.
You get x plus y is equal to 8 kada. So the possible values of x and y can be either 6 or 2. It cannot be 4 and 4. So if that's the case, you have the difference between marks in test 2 and test 1 is same for 2 pairs and the 4 pairs. Clear?
Okay, sir. Means actually here it is only mentioned that for 2 pairs of friends, the absolute difference between the marks in test 1 and test 2 are same. Here, if we take both the pairs, the difference is same only, no, sir?
And for 2 pairs of friends, the absolute difference between marks in test 1 and test 2 was same. And for a pair of friends, it is same. And for one pair of friends, it is same. And for second pair of friends, it is same. And
Yes, sir.
రెండు pairs ki same ఉన్నదని కాదు. So if that's the scenario, then it would have been for 4 out of 5 friends, the absolute difference between the marks in test 1 and test 2 was.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you,
Okay,
sir.
clear?